I go with this little baby, but I think minimal light, just to give a bit of black glow, will help make it look. So Ian's painting his pitch, black primer and emulsion paint, dry brushing. Ooh, that's a lot of dry brushing. I've done that with pitches, and he'll be there a while, but it will be it will definitely be beneficial in the end, in the long run. So I am just going to start painting. So Ian's in the chat painting that. Matt's BBL, how you doing, Matt? You going to get some more of your undead painted tonight? They are looking pretty good. It's always nice to see them in the Discord as well. I like the base colours, as in the coloured bases you've been doing for them. Just checking to see if either of the boys are online yet. They are not, but that's okay. Had the honour of playing another zombie game today against Matt, and it was a bit of a tough grind. Matt says going to do my Blackstone guy today. Need a break from purple. So this is your cultist with the flamer, isn't it? So let's get some black on the go. We're going to do a very heretical thing here. I think we're going to take this off. That's done. Get paint, and we are going to make a bit of a terrible watery down undercoat on the table. We're going to use far too much null oil, and we're going to mix it in with not enough Abaddon black. And the reason I'm going to do this is because when you do the undercoat with Abaddon and null mixed together, it gives a nice it kind of performs that role of undercoat and wash. So you can see this, I can just lazy boy chuck it on. It's going to take a couple of coats, but because it's kind of half and half black and half shade, I don't really necessarily want a fully black undercoat. But what this will do is give me a semi highlighted black effect. So the more null oil you put in to the mixture, they're more highlighted. This is basically contrast paint, to be honest with you, but this is a very lazy boy way of getting an undercoat. Probably should just get some black contrast, to be honest, but this will allow me to see the layers of detail, and then I can paint up. Some people outside shouting, that's cool. Black Hawk Tabletop Gaming, more Blood Bowl, more better. Hi guys, how you doing, man? How you doing? Getting any painting in tonight? Lucky, how you doing? So this is a Chaos Warrior from the Blood Bowl Chaos team, and I've put a Chaos Space Marine head on these guys. This is a Tzeentch head, so this is one of the... Ian, you there?
Hello!
How you doing, buddy? You alright?
I'm great, thanks. Yourself?
Not bad. Do me a favour, tell me what the Tzeentch Space Marines are called.
Oh, Rubric Marines?
Rubric Marines. Thank you, Ian. Turning up just in time with a hobby save. Lucky in chat's just asked me what my Chaos Tzeentch Warrior.
Tzeentch guys.
Yeah, I'm getting them on the table today.
Awesome.
Getting them undercoated.
Are you going traditional blue, or are you going for something else?
Well, I was saying to the guys, like, I've really enjoyed painting the Minotaur with that kind of Sotek highlight up from black.
Yes.
So I'm going to do a similar thing, I think, with these guys.
That'd be cool.
At least with the flesh. So I'm just talking to them about the benefits of creating your own contrast paint, which is what I'm basically doing, using null oil and Chaos Black.
Oh yeah,
sorry.
definitely.
Abaddon Black. Abaddon Black, not Chaos Black. So now Ian is on board. Let me know when your camera is live, sir.
So are you wanting me to do this just straight over?
Just put it in Discord for you, Ian.
Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Just put it in the Discord, and I will get. We'll get Ian's window live. Ben's going to join us in about 10-15 minutes. We've got Ian here.
I might just have to switch my camera in a sec. But you'll probably see like an awkward shot of my arm.
No. I haven't got a picture just yet.
Okay, it's obviously just still deciding which camera it would like to do. You're either going to get my arm or the top of a giant.
Nothing wrong with the top of a giant. Black Hawk, just finished my human team. Now on to Doomlords. Yeah, I'm feeling the chaos tonight. Got my chaos guys on the pitch. The Doomlords are a great team. They take conversions really well. Head swaps are just really
I've
easy.
seen loads of different heads used for them.
Yeah, I used Chaos Warriors for my actual Chaos team. And then obviously I've gone with the Rubric Marines for this lot. Right, let me see. Have we got anything coming through from Ian? Nothing at all, mate. Nothing at all.
Nothing yet.
Let me see.
Let's just try.
Can I get video? Can I get that?
Select that camera. Oh, I know why. I've got OBS open, sorry.
It's all good. Anyway, Ian, what's new with you, man? How you been?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah, just, oh, is this something? It's changed. Okay, I think what I'm going to do. Let's just start that again.
Grubnuts is back. How you doing, Grubnuts? Getting any more thousands of Tyranid middle models on the go? And the Necrons.
Okay, my camera should be on now.
Okay, we do have Ian's camera, so I think... How do I pop that out? Oh, I can kick you and ban you, Ian, but I can't
Oh no!
make your camera bigger.
Oh, never mind.
Oh,
You're
I
the main
can.
attraction.
I can.
Really.
There we go. There we go. Hardly. Pop out of Ian's camera. So hide members. How do we make this bigger? Don't appear to be able to do it. Ooh, Ian's painting the giant tonight.
Yeah, we got the giant on the go.
So I don't know if you guys were seeing Ian's. Let's go to Hobby Cam 3. Pop the stream out to another window. And let's see if we can track down that window. We can track down that window. Fantastic. Right, and with the aid of the Alt tab, of the Alt button, we can hopefully get Ian's camera on the page. There must be a better way to do this. We will find out.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll find out. But this is all about just hanging out and really just showing off Ian's painting skills, but with a 16-bit screen cover to it. So just to make me feel better. You know me, Ian. I like my retro stuff.
Yeah.
What's
more retro than Giants, eh?
What's more retro than Giants? What's more retro than Giants in 16-bit format? There we go. Let's get rid of that for now. Let's get rid of Ben's tab. We'll just chuck Ian in the top. There we go. Cool. So you have got your camera all live now. Ian. So we'll swap to Ian's in a bit and see what he's working on. Right, now gearing up some Necrons ready for 9th. Nearly finished 15 Immortals and Xeros in 24 hours. Man, Grubnuts, you're a machine.
Good work.
Black Hawk, love the podcast, guys. Listen to the way to work in the car. Brilliant. Thank you very much. That's nice to hear. It's also nice to hear that there are people who still drive to work, which is a bit... Oh, there's my paintbrush. I did the classic thing of putting it behind my ear and forgot about it. Recently dropped back into the comfort food of video games, Destiny 2, and have finally realised how every faction is ripped from 40k down to the genetically engineered Roman Empire Marines. Wow,
brilliant.
It sounds like they didn't even try to hide that at all. It's kind of a trope. I mean, if you think about Halo, you know, the Spartans.
Yeah, super soldier sort of. Yeah, they definitely draw on the Roman side as well, don't they?
Well,
They've got the hostility and all that stuff, haven't they?
Yeah. It's. I think it's just because it's a trope for a reason. It's a trope because it's fun. It's fun and people like it. And things that are fun and that liked. Same studio for Halo, Bungie. Oh yeah, of course, Destiny. Yeah, so they get to live their 40k dreams, one way or another. Right, I'm going to leave that. I'm going to close these paints lest I have a disaster on my hands, which happened last time when someone in chat said, "Has anybody ever spilt agrax or something?"
No, don't. Yeah, Nathan.
Nathan rocked up, and then was the last time. Kirsty and Jinxed Ian.
Got me agrax all over the show.
Oh man, I've gone with loads of extra arms for this guy. Wow, I forgot converting this. These guys were great fun to convert.
Are you using the blue horror?
Yeah. I picked up a cheeky pack of blue horrors without the brimstones in for, I don't know, £15 or something. I know it's a bit pricey for spare parts, but there's a good few horrors in there that I can use for one thing or another. Yeah,
they've got a Zinch team as well on Fumble, haven't they?
Oh gosh, yeah. That's what this is for. Yeah. That's what this is for.
Okay. I thought it was a specific demon team they had as well.
Oh,
I've heard different horrors.
Oh yeah, I think there's two. There's one in Stunty and one in Secret. Black Hawk says I was only off for 4 weeks before I went back. That's not bad. There are lots of people who are off for, who are still off actually, and it's that scary thing of furlough. If you're furloughed, are you going back? Hopefully. To be fair, the government's done a lot to.
Yeah, I was reading some stuff just now about quite a few companies turning down the retention scheme because actually they've kind of done all right, so they're fine.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very lucky. People need to eat food, so the company I work for is reasonably safe. So, but we've had loads of people off furloughed, and they're coming back now, which is really, really cool. It's nice to see.
Yeah.
But it's funny. Ian, you watched Band of Brothers, didn't
you? Most of it, I think. You know me.
Shaking my head here, Ian. I do know you. It is also a book. That might be why you've not.
Yes, I think I read the book actually. Yeah, Merv lent it to me.
Yeah, I was going to say Lewis Spew dad loved it. There's a bit in that where one guy gets injured and goes off to hospital and comes
might
back.
Have to be a bit more specific.
No, it's just there's one episode where this guy gets shot and he gets off and he gets fixed up at the hospital, field hospital, and comes back and everybody has changed. Everything has changed. Everyone's been through several months of change, and they come back and everything is different. Everyone is different.
Yeah.
And it's a bit like that for people who've been off on furlough. Fortunately, and hopefully to a much lesser extent, but everything's changed. Business practices, business processes, everything changes. So you've got these people coming back into the workplace who haven't been there for months on end and haven't seen how everything's had to change for safety reasons. And it's really something to pay attention to,
It's this whole idea of a new normal, isn't it?
Oh, well, yeah, I know, that's the catchphrase, but it is a true story.
Oh, definitely.
Grubnut says, thing is, when was the last time you can think of that someone actually invented something that wasn't influenced by something else? Yeah, Grubnuts, you're exactly right. I'm big on pulling ideas and being inspired.
Standing on the shoulders of giants.
Well, that's it. That's it. It's good to get inspiration from. And you kind of find that with 40k or with fantasy, the stuff that isn't related to something else doesn't always do great.
No. There's people want a bit of familiarity, don't they, actually?
Yeah, there's got to be something to kind of key into. The funny thing is that, like with StarCraft or Destiny or something, that Warhammer is the thing that it keys into. It's like, oh, okay, so these are the Space Marines. Is now a thing. But, it's interesting to see where Space Marines came from and the fact that they are very different than they were originally.
You've got even the term Space Marine used in the Aliens films.
Oh yeah, it's because they're just Marines in space, which is what Marines originally were. They were just like an interplanetary, inter-system police force or military strike force, where they would just wait for someone to rebel and then just crush them, or find aliens and then go and strike in and crush them. The Rogue Trader original game had some great storylines. You could just generate a storyline to find out why your Space Marines needed to go and deliver imperial justice to a planet. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. A couple of bits more in chat. Matt's BBL says Wayland Games are running a huge sale, 20% off practically everything Games Workshop. Yeah, I imagine they're doing. I'll be careful about buying anything from Wayland Games. They tend not to buy it until you've paid for it, and then emailed them asking where it is. Don't know, that might be a generalisation, but I've never had a good experience.
I've had a same actually. To be fair,
I've never had a good experience. Entoyment, on the other hand, they're now. I think they're now 20% off most Games Workshop stuff, and we actually know them. They're good guys. They will post stuff out to you as soon as it's in. I trust them. Grobler says, just an inherent thing that humans do, reinvent things they like. Absolutely. Travelator Bowl just saying we need to do that. Imps Gaming is 20% off Games Workshop all the time. Yeah, Entoyment is as well. Matt's BBL says, they even me saying it's shipped, but glad to know in future. Good. They've got this weird, they used to have this stock system where it was green if they had it in stock, or green if it was available for order. So you'd go add a bunch of stuff thinking it was in stock, and it was actually just available for order. And then when you emailed them saying, hey, it's been a week, my stuff's not been delivered, they would reply to you, this is Wayland saying, oh yeah, it's on order. Which was a pain. I think you've had the same experience, Ian?
Yeah, I didn't know about the colour thing, but yeah, definitely having to do the kind of chasing.
It's very aggravating. But if you order from their eBay, um, you'll get it in no
Yes,
time. You'll get it
yes.
in no time. It's very interesting.
I guess eBay actually have that. It's got to be
Immediate,
in your hand policy as well.
yeah, immediate feedback. And yeah, you can just get your cash back from them because they're kind of like the Space Marines of buying things online. What do we got? Matt says he's email saying shit. Grubnut said, yeah, I never had a good experience from Wayland. I got lucky, then both my stuff was 10 plus in stock. That is good. Grubnut says then if you try to cancel, get your money back, it takes like a month. I know. I did this thing where I ordered some stuff for Christmas and I got it in February. That was some Battlefront stuff. That was Team Yankee.
For next year.
Yeah, I know. It's one of the classic where your parents are like, we don't know what to get you, just order something. So I did. And got it absolutely ages and ages and ages later. Fortunately, with Battlefront, your stuff doesn't go out of date. So it's not like the meta had shifted.
Yeah.
Then again, there's not a lot of meta shifting in Games Workshop at the moment, is there? Because
No.
all they're doing is previewing
theoretical meta shifting with the General's Handbook for AOS.
Has there been much change?
Some bits have had points change, but the kind of annoying thing is they're in a bit of a split cycle, so we're still waiting for some points to come out.
Oh, really?
It's to do with the printing lead time. So I believe, and don't quote me on this, the thing is that the points in the printed book are kind of locked in when the Cities of Sigmar and Auric Warclans book came out. So anything after that is going to be in a PDF.
Oh, wow. Then what is the point of the book?
Yeah, it's a little bit... well, I mean, obviously it's got loads of other content, but in terms of the actual points book...
Yeah, but that's why most people are going to get it.
Publication.
Has it got missions in and stuff listed?
Yeah, it's got all the new missions.
And that's kind of the tournament standard, isn't it?
Yeah, you will need that for a tournament still.
Yeah. Weird.
The exciting thing about that for me is the character creator, which seems to be really cool.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to be tournament legal, is it?
It's TO dependent, basically. So I think most places aren't going to.
There's a big terrifying thing about balance.
Grubnut says, I think that's kind of out the window anyway. So.
Grubnut says,
go all in.
Not an AOS dude, but does the General's Handbook only have half the points? Yeah, it does. It's a really strange way of doing it. I like the General Handbook change. It's like with TCGs where they have rotation and the meta kind of changes. Some things go away, some new things come in, and it's fun to see, especially in a game where net listing can make things really immediate and static. I think you'd say that with the Tzeentch stuff a couple of years ago, Ian, for AOS.
Oh yeah, and again not long ago.
Oh really? They cycled back in.
They came back, but it is quite rapidly changing, actually, appropriately.
Yeah. So new points can't be used either. Yeah. Black Hawk says, when you do a tournament in pool, can you attend but not play? As I'm a bit of a noob and haven't played since the early 90s. Absolutely, you can. Yeah, of course. Come along. What we have done before for people who are not 100% is they've come along. We've set up a couple of little sevens pitches to the side and just had people just play some sevens. I played against a guy from our club who'd never been to a tournament before and hadn't played a lot of Blood Bowl. It was a friend of a friend, Rick. Rick came to play and he played while I played sevens and TO'd the event. So yeah, come along. We'll play some games alongside the main event. But I will say the pool crowd are excellent for newbies. They are so helpful. They will merrily just give you good advice and just help out and explain things. But no, if you want to come play some games, absolutely. But be careful.
Oh, and honestly, I mean, you're not going to be the only one who may be a bit squiffy on the rules after all this time of not playing. So It's probably the perfect time to jump in because everyone's going to be doing a bit of relearning.
Everyone's going to have to work together to make sure that the games are played right and played fun. And I think I like that in most tournaments anyway, where you should be working with your opponent to have a good game. But some of the games where you got the different formats and things, it can be a bit getcha. But Blood Bowl's not like that.
No, I think there's a couple of things that are, say, optional, like whether you use Mighty Blow, that you could forget. But on the whole, the rules are the rules, so things happen.
That's the really good thing about Blood Bowl, though, isn't it? Is that you've got squares, you've got actions, you've got a way of a following process. It's pretty good like that. I mean, I still remember being very angry at you, Ian, because I tried to charge a guy and he was like half an inch out, and I got really cross with you playing Warhammer years ago. Or you charged me. I was playing High Elves. Undoubtedly, I imagine you were charging my bolt thrower or something.
Yeah, I'm having that.
Yeah, blooming bolt throwers. Grubnut says, I will say tournament environment is the perfect place to learn. Don't worry about not being experienced. Yeah. It's a game more of the board than the war variety. And there's always a rule everyone forgets, says Triple O. Foul appearance.
Yeah.
Which we
roll
forgot.
the dice. Oh, yeah. Roll a 1.
Yeah, forgot about foul appearance. Was that? Did we play with the ghosts, Ian, on YouTube?
No, that wasn't me.
No, that was. I think it might have been me and Milton. Guilty. Milton and I then. Foul appearance is a tricky one and a very easy one to forget. I'm showing some terrible, I believe the phrase is techers here, by just sharing my brush between Nuln Oil and a Bad and Black. But hey, don't have to thin your paint if it's mixed in with a shade.
Exactly.
More of a board game than a war game, I mean, says Matt. Yeah, that's actually very, that's very fair.
It's a nice kind of gateway, I'd say, a fusion.
Oh, I didn't see all the base here, so I've got sand everywhere, so I'm going to have to be very careful. That didn't work very well. Oh well, these things happen. Let's get rid of that. Prehensile tail, Grubnuts. Yeah, prehensile tail is something that your opponent forgets around. You should never forget it yourself, because it is an absolute beaut.
One I forgot at a tournament, which felt like a bit of a gotcha, was a bit of diving tackle.
Ooh.
Forgot who had diving tackle, went to dodge away, did it. He sat there obviously like,
gotcha here, he's got diving tackle.
Sprung it on me.
Yeah, I don't think, it depends on what kind of competitive level you are at that point.
I feel like a lot of people would say, oh, just remember this guy's got diving tackle.
Yeah, it depends on tactical situations, doesn't it? I tend to always, I want my opponent to make the right decision so that I can then face the optimal challenge on my turn. So if there is a way of getting a better block or something, I will let them know, although it doesn't always go well, because I think I did that tabletop once. I said, hey, if you move this guy here, you get 3 die block instead of 2 dice, and they did it. Probably rolled 3 skulls or something and went down. I was like, I feel really bad.
That is the danger with offering advice, isn't it?
Yeah, so they can follow it and it can go well or really, really, really bad. But I don't know if telling someone to get 3 die block is ever going to be ever really bad advice. unless it's hey, you could blitz with your big guy and get 3 dice and then they bonehead. That's a bit foul play. I think that's. Matt's BBL.
Hello guys.
Ben, you just missed a classic one from Matt. I think I moaned about sand being on my board, and Matt just chimed straight in with rough in its course and it gets everywhere.
Fantastic.
I was literally having that issue. I was setting up my mat and I was like, oh, there's sand.
Oh, amazing.
Real Anakin moment.
Anyway, Ben, how are you?
I'm very good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. Did you sort out that mysterious thing that you had to...
Taking care of business?
Yeah. Did the deal go okay?
Yep. Deal's gone. No witnesses. All is good.
We're joking. It's probably just another chat with in-laws about cheese.
It was exactly a chat with in-laws about the Chinese food this time, though.
Oh, that's good. Everyone loves Chinese food.
Exactly.
No, maybe
no
not.
Cheese today.
I'm not sure if Ian's a big fan of Chinese food, Ian.
I am, yes.
Yeah, it's got vegetables in it.
I know. Well, luckily it's covered in colours, so it's kind of fine, isn't it?
Coated in MSG as well. And,
that's it. MSG helps. MSG is basically just
MSG.
salt, though, isn't it? So.
It is, yeah.
Which is why
like super salt.
Super Soul. Yeah, it's always good.
Yeah.
Always good for your arteries and your pension plan.
Yep.
Problem solved. Anyway, Ben, what's on the table for you? I'll set your camera live on our show.
I'll give you a link
screen.
to the. Yeah,
Magic.
I'll give you a link to the stream.
So we're trying a different way of getting cameras this time, which hopefully means we can see the cameras a little bit better. It was a bit Super Nintendo last time.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah.
Grubnuts, nice. Grubnuts says that's pure fact. You can technically blitz with the big guy. Trollolol, absolutely. But I love a big guy blitz. Right, let's see if we can find Ben's camera again. There it is. Let's see if we can boop that in.
Just good.
There we go.
I'm sending you an invite on Facebook Live, Ben. It's a private page, so hopefully it should
Facebook
just be
Live.
you.
Alright, where are we going? We're going here.
Just Ben.
I would use YouTube, but I set up my YouTube to stream, and it was just like, you've got to verify your account. So I verified the account. And then it said, right, you need to wait 24 hours before you can stream.
Yeah, I
like,
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Right.
Twitch has no way of doing it privately, so.
I'd like you to join the stream. Okay. BHPC stream.
Hopefully, the only thing on that is live now.
Happening now. There we go. So we can do this.
Stream. I was just like,
Good. We got a nice shot of Ben's tabletop there.
Twitch has no way of doing it privately, so. Awesome.
That's cool. That's good. That's good. We'll get some hobby on the go. So this needs to be Facebook now. There we go. And all I got to do.
Hopefully, the only thing on that is live now.
Oh, that's no good. I've just reset transform. Boom. So we can now do this button
Awesome.
to cut down to the video. Up there.
It's magic in action.
There we go. I know how to fumble our way through setting up a paint stream. However, this layout looks much, much better than last time.
It does, doesn't it?
I do need to get rid of that little Facebook notification. Be gone.
Ian and I aren't fighting for Discord camera resolution now.
Yeah, Discord does not like to share.
Magic in action.
It is mine and no others.
Hey Zeph, how you doing? Zeph, how are those nights going? Those Chaos Knights. I think we were talking about last week.
It does, doesn't it?
Matt's BBR says list building for a game you've never played is
Ian
a
and I
little
aren't
rough.
fighting for Discord camera resolution.
Yeah.
Oh, I have not silenced your stream, Ben, so we're just hearing
I
you
had a
talk
similar
twice.
experience with Necromunda, actually.
Oh, building a list for
So-
Necromunda.
Yeah, so not played in years
Oh, yeah.
and years. Picked up the box of Warlocks. Started just building what was cool, and then it was sort of
Subpar.
well, then made the mistake of going online and saying, "Hey, what's everyone else doing?" It's sort of like bolt guns. It's like, I don't have those.
That is one thing I do like about Necromunda is that bolt guns are just really good. Like,
Yeah.
they're supposed to be
They
good
are
in
really
fluff,
good,
but they're just average in 40k, aren't they? They're just the average weapon.
Yeah.
And then in Necromunda,
pretty bad, to be
they're
honest.
just jolly murdery, and it's pretty lush.
Yeah.
Ben, I love your stream title. Not sure what I'm painting yet.
I honestly haven't decided. I'm looking.
I thought it was
I've got
going
a
to be
big horde of orcs here.
Orcs.
you
Orcs
are
makes
right.
sense. What's
No,
the game?
It's got to be this.
Matt's BBR says kill team, Heretic Astartes as a kill team, which is really cool. You can do a lot of cool modelling for kill team, which is, part of the allure, isn't it? Zeph says I'm good. They're going all right. Did a poll for the Chaos God. Kind of wanted Khorne, but Nurgle won. I would just like to put in there that I voted, in fact, for Tzeentch. So I didn't help or hinder that. I was just the other guy. I'm sure no one voted for Slaanesh.
Nurgle is definitely the converter's dream, or the green stuffer's dream, anyway. You can really go to town.
I think you can do the same thing with Tzeentch. It's just, right.
Yeah, he's just kind of wibbly flames and.
Oh, I have not put enough black in this mix. Zeph, have you heard of a chap called Daz Dillinger? He does a lot of Nurgle Knights. Actually worked with him. Really nice guy. in fact, ordered me a couple of those Necromunda stuff, which was cool. But yeah, when you're list building for a game you've not played, it's tough. As long as you're in a group where WYSIWYG is not, the most important thing in the world, then I don't think it matters too much. But when it comes to, I don't know, where do you guys stand on WYSIWYG for skirmish gaming?
I think it depends what kind of a game, because obviously a lot of games have the kind of advancement system and buying new equipment, and obviously at that point it's not that practical to be too rules lawyery on WYSIWYG.
You are right, actually, Ian. That's a very fair shout. Hadn't even considered that. Now, Kill Team is not an advancing game, is it? You get skills, essentially, skills and special rules, but you don't get war gear for your guys, do you, Ben?
Not really. No, you just get new guys.
Yeah, it's what games I actually want.
Yeah, I know. It falls
Don't
right in.
change it. Just buy more.
Yeah, just buy another guy.
Yeah.
I actually think I prefer that ever so slightly. Like for Blood Bowl example, you don't always see people model all of the mutations they get on them. In fact, more often it's the other way around, isn't it?
Yeah, you kind of model in anticipation.
Or hope.
But yeah, well. Which, yeah,
Is it like in
things as well, I guess.
In Blood Bowl 2, doesn't it get really crazy with all the mutations? Because they do model those on, don't they?
Yeah.
I've never achieved it. I've never achieved it. To get more than one mutation on a guy. I've seen Tentacles. Tentacles is fun on a troll, but only on a troll, I think. And of course the Beast of Nurgle.
I think you get Tentacles in all of them.
Well, yeah, but I've never put one on. I've never.
Oh right.
Yeah, never seen it in play. Quibnut says Matt's BBL says Zinch should just add a million arms, which is exactly what I'm painting. To be fair. Got a Blight King converted team. The Blight Kings are really nice.
Really cool.
I picked up a box of them just before Games Workshop dropped the Nurgle guys, so never built them for Blood Bowl because, well, there was a Nurgle team out. So I've got them kicking around in a box somewhere. I never used. Slanesh was winning by 1% for ages. Really? Old Epic Space Marine. The Slanesh guys had some like Slanesh Knights, which are pretty cool. That's actually what I had in my mind when I suggested Zinch, because I thought they were Zinch. They're like just really long-legged runner things. Really interesting, really cool.
Yeah, I wonder if you could kit bash some Eldar stuff with them, so you've got the kind of
spindly,
more kind of live look. Yeah.
Arms for the Arm God. Yeah, actually, that's a really good shout. Triplo says sharp camera blood type. Good tech solution. Trips, we need to find a way to get you onto the stream as well.
Yeah, if you're up for it. It is a good camera solution, but there is, as predicted, one heck of a delay.
I tell you what, Ben, let's do a test. Just give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up and tell us when you do it.
Okay. Thumbs up now.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bored now. There we go. Still waiting.
No way.
Arms for the Arm God. Grubnut says, do you also have the Pucker Nurgle team? They were too cool not to get. Zeph says, I do have a knight based on the old epic Slanesh knights. Yes, those are the ones I'm talking about. Oh, there's the thumbs up. So we won't have Ben doing a show and tell this time. Well, yeah, we won't have Ben doing an Ian style show and tell.
Recap in the present tense.
However, we've got some serious giant action on today, guys. Must be a Bonehead podcast.
Yeah. Exactly, that's what I was thinking. I saw Ian's giant. Thought, got to be done though.
It was my idea.
Where's the closest giant I've got? The closest giant I've got is over there. It's the Dankhold. It's the Dankhold.
Oh, I really want to get a hold of that model at some point.
Dankhold?
Yeah. Seems pretty cool.
That's a really cool model. I've got my mine being ridden around by a goblin.
Yeah, that's cool. You could make some stats for that in AOS.
You can?
Yeah. Well, as in with this new anvil of apotheosis thing.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So you've got like you can pick a load of like races, or heritages, I think they call them, and then you can sort of work on the mounts and the abilities, and it's really quite cool.
Yeah, I think I've seen some stuff in like the Facebook group of people just brewing what can only be described as Milton-style powerhouses.
Everyone's ethereal here.
There's always going to be someone that's going to game the system, and that's the downside. And I know when you're trying a new game system, that can be far from ideal.
Yeah.
Okay, my camera is fine. Let's see if we can't sort out Ian's as well. So I've put Ben on the big screen now.
Brave. Yeah, I'm just laying down some base coats on this giant. So this is a fire giant from Archvillain Games that I printed. It's a really, really nice model.
Printing giants is the dream, Ben.
It's really like this just like validates everything. Like before I was having doubts thinking, is it worth it? Is it worth it? And then you get a giant, you're just like, yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah, printing your own giant has got to be just so satisfying as a gamer in any way, shape, or form. In every way, shape, or form.
It can be expensive to buy big models, and so it's a cheap
print your own and save cash.
Yeah. After buying the 200 quid printer, but yeah, ignoring that.
How many giants till it becomes cost effective?
Probably not that many. Think about it. How much is the ale guzzler?
Quite a lot, maybe 40, 45. Yeah.
I think the Troggoth King man is probably about the same price. So yeah, as long as Ben prints off 5 giants, it's paid for itself.
You view it that way. That's a healthy way of viewing it.
That's a healthy way of viewing
it. And the bigger the giant, the more the saving.
Yeah.
I think that's also very, very fair. I got a couple of things in chat here. Grublat says, I remember years ago when the plastic giant kit first came out, there was a white dwarf showing a Noblar slave giant, has a blindfold and a scaffold around it. Tiff and I have been sorting out some of our, I say extra stuff. It's definitely my stuff. And
it's extra stuff and not just trash or it's just extra
stuff I'm trying to farm off to other people. And I found some Noblar bits. You know that one of the banner poles has got a Noblar crow's nest.
The lookout Noblar.
So I put that to one side because I'm just ready for the really big giants to come out for AOS.
Yeah,
because that's going to have. Oh man, that's going. I'm going to get one for Blood Bowl.
Yeah.
Don't laugh. It's got to be done for podcasts and research reasons. If I might actually.
What cost do you reckon that'll be?
I reckon night costs are like 85, 95.
Yeah. So big Slanesh Demons price.
Is that much now?
Yeah, I think that's
85. I think the Keeper of Secrets.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Question for when basing your Blood Bowl miniatures, what grass does everyone go for? I've got some spring alpine grass and some tufts. It seems a bit bright for grass though. Yeah, I mean the good thing is if you buy grass that's bright, once it's glued in place, just Agrax it, and it will get a nice darkening on there. I don't know, Ian. What one do we use? I use the same one as you now.
Green Stuff World, realistic green.
Yeah,
it's kind of got a nice blend.
It's pretty cheap. Does a great job.
Would you like me to get an example?
No. Yes, come on. What's a hobby stream without show and tell with Ian? What do we got? Black Orc says, I'd like to build a Bretonians team. Any tips for finding it? Hard to find parts when building them. Now that is a great shout. So there is a couple of Bretonian teams out there. I think RNE Studios are doing. They've got digital ones you can buy and print if you've got access to a printer. But otherwise, I've seen some really good ones done with human teams. Oh goodness me!
Ooh, I'm going the wrong way. Where is it? There we go. That was my
Ian, I
Goblin
think
Bomber.
I'm not sure what you did with the microphone then, but it was absolutely terrifying. Had flashbacks from that black witch thingy. Right, yeah, there you go. Average grass. Average grass is what it should have been called, I think. Blair Witch Project is the horrifying thing I just got to relive. Or maybe The Grudge.
That was all like.
Matt's BBL says Stormcast bits are great for knights. That's true. Stormcast work really well. Go to Puppets War for heads though. They do an absolute ton of alternative heads, and they're about €5 for five, or €4 for 5 heads. They are coming from the EU, so it'll take a week to get there, but they are superb, and there's so many, and just a bit of a head swap can make all the difference. I used them on my human team for 7 Super Series. Got the knight look with I got plumes on as well. For a few pounds, you've got that classic knight look, which will absolutely differentiate your guys enough. And then you just
let you play as Bretonians as well.
That's it. Yeah, you can use them as humans. You can use them as Bretonians. You need peasants, so you need some bear heads. To be honest, like not bear heads, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I'd play that team. Yeah, just some plain unarmored heads. And then, what have they got? Yeoman? Is it? What kind of heads do yeomen have? Like Norman helmets?
Yeah, maybe, or like round ones.
Yeah. To be fair, a human team with helmets and colours identifying the players would be absolutely fine. But then trying to find tiny little shields, I think, is probably... What about this? There may very well be 15mm scale shields you can buy. They would be perfect for putting on like the chests of Blood Bowl players and stuff like that. If you can get hold of some, if there's some that are individual.
I know Grey Knights tend to use a lot of them, because there might be bits for them.
Yeah, some of the new Marines as well are using them.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Pete BB, who is using their table as a paint palette like a madman. That would be me, and that's fair. That is very fair. I am an animal. I'm an animal when it comes to painting. This is I'm going to get shamed on the internet for this. It's going to be incredible. Black Hawk says, thanks for the tips, guys. Simar, Florence Knights from Grievo are nice. Also, all but 2 of the Knights come in one piece and individual sculpts. That is nice, actually.
Oh, yeah. After doing some other game systems like Burrows and Badgers and Lord of the Rings, just having some one-piece models, so nice. Obviously, sometimes you give up a bit of detail and obviously a lot of flexibility. But, so much satisfying. So much more satisfying just to get them out.
You say you give up flexibility, but the Games Workshop Blood Bowl stuff, they're all in like 20 pieces, and there's no flexibility. All you can do is chop off other bits of other models to change them up. Simar says painting the Grebo team at the moment. And Zeph says Grebo do a lot of amazing models, especially the Nurgle players. Matt says decided to paint
Grebo Nurgle are really good.
Is that the one you've got, Ben? Or one of the ones you've got from them?
I do have that team. I haven't built it yet, but yeah, I do have that team.
Haven't built it? Oh, Stand now. Right, cool. It says when I'm Anadar says when I'm satisfied with how it looks. This is it for me. Is I don't know when a model's finished. I don't know if I just quit before it's ever finished. I could get it to a quick tabletop standard and I just move on with my life and try and paint something else, or invariably just finish one model, finish, and then buy several more and swap over to just base coating them. I've got so much primed stuff. I mean, this ancient stuff I've just finished undercoating. It will probably stay at that level like with these giants for a little while. Not giants, the ogres.
But the great thing is then when you feel like doing them, you can literally just pick them up and get going.
Yeah, that's what I tell myself as well. Triple O says, when you are happy that it's done, everyone has their own standard. That's some wisdom there, Ian.
Very good point.
When you are happy with it, when it's as... See, normally my only experience of finishing a model is at about 1:30 a.m. the day of a tournament.
That'll do.
I'm like, that'll do. It's got colours, it's been washed, it's got basing. Right, talking to Triplo, I think it's time I painted some teleporters. Now, do I go...
Sorry for the camera jitters.
Having some more flashbacks now.
I had to adjust the camera because the giant's too big to fit under it, and it's just not very comfortable.
Okay, let's swap it over a bit. Let's give Ian some prime time.
Nothing too much to report yet. Ben gave me recently some Seafoam, which is a kind of an interesting product. So it's like this kind of mossy stuff here off a twig. It's from a plant, isn't it? It is like a
plant.
Is it like lichen in that regard?
Yeah, basically, it is
kind
a
of,
natural product.
The plant is called Seafoam, or it's called something else, but commonly known as Seafoam, I think.
Yeah, so you can use it to make trees, which I've been kind of looking into recently.
Is that because of Lord of the Rings?
Well, just I think having just made that new table and stuff, just wanting to get some stuff to go with it.
Yeah.
And my kind of old Warhammer trees were looking a bit beaten up and bashed around. So what I'm going to try and do, I've started to. Now it's going to look a bit naff to start with because it's going to get painted over as well. But basically, with these trees, the Citadel wood, you kind of had the option of sticking on the plastic leaves.
Yeah.
Which I did with another set I've got, but they just ping off. They get crazy.
And you also don't get enough leaves to cover your trees. No. You kind of have to have two sets, and one set gets leaves and the other one does not, from my experience with them.
So what I'm starting to do here is just tease out some of the Seafoam and kind of make some shapes on it. And then I'll give it a little tidy up and a snip when I'm done. And then the idea is you kind of spray it all brown, paint your tree and whatever, and then try some different products on it so it kind of gets stuck in these little fronds and it gives you some really nice kind of natural tree shapes. So hopefully
that's very cool.
It will kind of come out all right. You can just do them on their own, and I think a lot of trained modelers just use them, but for wargaming purposes they're quite flimsy.
Are you going to seal them in?
Yeah, they make good.
Yeah, I'll do something with them. I think it's just a bit of experimentation at this point.
What have we got in chat?
They make very good scale trees.
Yes, yeah. People just kind of
scale trees. Yeah,
plug them into a train setup and away you go.
Yeah.
Zeph says, I've been painting my shambling undead team this week too. Found the zombies a bit rough too with their insides. I quite like the undead zombies. I've not noticed that much detail on them, but I don't know how many I painted. I just roughly painted some, amusingly, for a tournament, which ties in nicely to what Pete BB said. Yeah, same for me every time. I always pick a team to play that I don't have and get it painted before the tournament. I think you guys, you've both experienced that, haven't you?
Yeah.
Because I know, Ian, you finished your Nurgle team the night before Beachhead. Yeah,
it was kind of a half-done team that I kind of been meaning to get back to for a while. So I just thought I'd use it as a bit of a motivator to
You did.
get me done.
It was beautiful. And man, I'm so glad you came along to that tournament because that's the last tournament before lockdown, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that was quite cool.
That
was quite cool. Zeph says, get the tree colours on it. Get 3 colours on it. Throw 3 blobs on the base. Then argue the next day that the models do not do meet the requirements. Yeah. Actually, I don't
technically.
I don't think I've been to a tournament where that actual requirement's been in place. I think it goes back to what Matt's BBL said earlier, which is that actually Blood Bowl is far more of a board game than a war game.
Yeah,
and I know there's a couple of people out there who make teams out of Lego, and you know what? I would have no problems with that, as long as you could see what was going on. I think that's pretty cool. Plus, Lego's, I think, the only thing that's more expensive than Games Workshop.
Exactly, yeah. You can't
short of cars. Triple O says, I may have got the stream on. Ben, Discord message with a link if it works. Fantastic. I will jump on that in a second. Just painting some of your 3D printed stuff there, Ian. I think we need to get Ian into the Discord. Eeny, meeny, miny. Let's call that. Wow, these guys are good. Paint up really, really quickly. My little teleporter pads. Huge raid. Boom. How you doing, chaps? Hey, Mayhem. How's it going? I'm just hanging out, doing some hobby. Welcome if you're just joining us. We've got several guys here just hanging out on a Sunday night, doing some painting. We've got some giants on the go. We've got 2 giants on the go. I've got some teleporter pads and an entire Zinch team, including my changeling, which is pretty cool. How are you, Mayhems? Doing any hobby tonight? Is the question. Right, let's see if we can get trips.
What are you using this changeling as then?
As a changeling.
Is there rules for it?
There is indeed. So it's a secret team. Video is private, Ian. So that's a no-go on Ian's stream. This is Ian Tripler. We've got 2 Bens and 2 Ians on the go here.
Yeah, we need to diversify a bit, don't we, really?
Matt,
it's going to get confusing fast.
Mayhem says, not tonight, I'm afraid. Just finished a CCL cast. What is CCL? That sounds like, I'm hoping, some kind of Blood Bowl, probably Blood Bowl 2 or something league? We haven't really delved that much into Blood Bowl 2, have we, guys?
No, but more reason to now.
An episode, didn't we?
We briefly talked about BB2, but not any of the tournaments or anything that's going on out there.
No.
I think we're going to have to do that, Ben.
We are. I mean, it's what got me kind of learning Blood Bowl, really. So I should probably.
Now we can get them NAF sanctioned.
I know, which is pretty
get
cool.
Running them.
Yeah.
The problem is, I think it's just we're going to see a flood of NAF sanctioned events. So it would be cool if there was one every weekend, but I think that might be too many. And I don't know if that takes away a bit of the luster. Blood Bowl 2 ranked cup, basically. Oh, wicked! How did you get on? What team are you running? And probably just as importantly, what did you face against? In ranked cup, is there incentive for stunty teams? I suppose is the question. Because if you're ranked, is it not just a meta of all dark elves, wood elves, and teams designed to murder them? Which I do like, because I mean, you guys know I like to keep my hand in with what's going on in the world of Magic, because I think it's probably one of the pinnacles of tabletop competitive gaming. And having the meta be like 3-4 decks where there's like counters built in, I think it's really interesting. I mean, do you see that in AOS and stuff?
You definitely see the lists that are at the top that you have to think about, which is kind of where the whole point situation is a bit funny. That it takes quite a while to fix, where it's the kind of print thing at the moment. They have started doing more PDF stuff, but I think
War Machine and Hordes went through that, and they ended up doing quite a lot of FAQs where they had it on an app, which I know Games Workshop have sort of got, but all of their stuff basically was on apps, so they could update everything, and anybody that had bought, so they bought a Tau rule set, they'd get all the Tau rules, and when it was updated, they'd have all the updated rules on the app.
It sort of seems the way like 40k is going now.
Which is a really good way to do it. And actually, with the amount of technology we've got, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Just casting, not good enough to qualify. Oh, Mayhem, it'd be cool. Chuck us a link when you get a chance. And next time you're on, we'll drop in, have a look, say hello. Not good enough to qualify. Nonsense. Matt's BBO, MTG is the best example of perfect imbalance. Yeah. It's one of the biggest games ever for a very good reason. Is that it is simple enough to understand and complex enough to kill you. and expensive enough.
Get into Yu-Gi-Oh then?
Yu-Gi-Oh! I found some Yu-Gi-Oh cards when Tiff and I were going through my excess stuff today. I was really excited for it because Ian and I think it was you, Ian, we were in Hidden Fortress in Southampton back when there were game shops.
Yeah.
And some kids were talking about it, and I got really excited and downloaded like the rules from Japan before it even got here. And then by the time it got here, we kind of outgrown the CCG era, but my brother was into it. Was that kind of your CCG growing up, Ben?
As a kid, yeah, I collected them before you really knew the proper rules of the game. You know, when most of it was just made up. That's when you really.
That's the best time.
That is the best time.
It really was, yeah.
You really love the heart of the cards.
You've got to trust in the heart of the cards, guys.
Yeah, I quite like the show as well. Yeah, and but then at uni, a couple of friends played it, and I was just like, I'll have a look. I'll play the digital version, or at least watch them play, to try and learn it. But that game is wild. Too much happens. you cannot follow it. It's a terrible spectator sport.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
It's a pretty imbalanced game as well. It's very swingy, isn't it?
It's just.
Sorry, man.
I was just going to say, the cards have essays on them. I don't know how you follow it. If you're a spectator who's quite new to the game, you're trying to learn it. You have half a second to read about a paragraph.
Well, I've got to say, in that case, it sounds very similar to the anime. Because the anime is there's this card, and nobody knows what it does, and it's just reading rules and rules and rules.
I got this card, which is perfect for the situation.
I play this card in defense mode.
Yeah.
It activates my trap card. It's it was very exciting.
It is cool. Yeah, it's very exciting in that regard. Yeah.
Matt's BBL says the only competitive game my girlfriend plays is Yu-Gi-Oh, and she kicks my ass every time. She's brilliant at it. I don't. Yeah. I think we tried playing it while there was the Exodia format. So there was this monster that was formed of 4 cards, and if you had 4 cards in your hand, it just formed it and won the game basically. Which I don't like as a mechanic. Sometimes
it's like catching the golden snitch. Never felt right.
Well, but at least you didn't win the game with a snitch. You just got 150 points.
You don't win, but you score 150 goals.
It's like playing Blood Bowl, but if you caught the golden squig, you get 8 touchdowns. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's definitely not auto win.
The golden squig. There you go. New Blood Bowl expansion.
Yeah.
God, we're just coming up with all kind of podcast topics today, Ben. I play Pot of Greed. Triple O, nice teleporters. Think I might have sorted price issue. Oh yeah, man. Your printing is worth any price. Any price at all. It's really cool having Ian and Ben in our little group who are both printing mad now. I mean, Ben's got a giant. I've got some teleporters here that Triple O snuck to me at Entoyment when I got to go over there and do some filming for the unboxing. Although did get some posts this weekend. So Entoyment forwarded the pitch. The pitch was delayed, and included an Underworld Creepers team, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so we'll be adding that to our prize pool. And
thanks, Entoyment.
Yeah, I know, that's pretty cool. Not sure if they meant to or not, but I have messaged them to say, hey. Got a team here, is this right? But knowing Pete, the owner of Entoyment, if anything goes wrong with your order, he seriously looks after you. So I went over to collection to collect it, early, so I could do the unboxing, which was cleared by Games Workshop, which is cool. And it wasn't there, so he's like, look, do not worry about it. I'll send it to you as soon as it comes in. I need to forward it, which is cool. Private issue. Brilliant. Right, let's see if we can get Trips Feed. Pitch painting.
Trips Feed. That's a good name.
Trips Feed. Alright, so... Oh, we do have Ian Triplow's feed as well now, which is very exciting. Man, he's gone all out with his setup as well, which is very, very, very cool. Sorry guys, just going to get my arm in the top camera for a little bit. So, let's copy this. And then... paste it. As a duplicate. Hey, look at that. It's worked. So that's
I'm loving the fisheye lens. That's a professional setup.
you can trust Triplo to do things really right when he does it, can't you?
Yeah.
There we go. Just farming Ian's feed there. Chuck it in with ours, which is cool.
It's mega. What a stream.
Getting some serious hobby on the go here now, guys. Right, I've finished.
Too much to follow.
Too much to follow. I don't know. That's cool. It's just nice to hang out and do some hobby. So the next
That's
thing,
amazing.
the next thing we got to do is get him in the Discord for a chat. So let's go to our Miniature Monday feed. Invite. How do you do invites? Invite people. Okay. Invite Trips. There he is. Don't know if you can talk Ian Triplo, but if you can, jump in and say hello. So it'd be cool to see and hear about what you've got. Triplo just landed. There
I
we
heard a
go.
promising little beep.
Beep. He's in the group. He's in the group.
There he is. There he is.
And he's in the chat. Hopefully. Let me just make sure I didn't mute him or anything. No. Still set on 91% from the last time I played it. Or was it maybe when we had him on the podcast last? Matt's BBL says been playing with crackle bases more. Warpstony green looks great with it. Yeah, I saw that in the Discord, Matt. You did a really good job with that. Who are you advising? I can't remember. Someone was looking to do some fancy bases.
Are you using the mute green? I've seen a few people use mute green and then the crackle black on it, and it looks pretty cool.
Blue and love moot green. It's great.
It's great.
Got it for my ogres.
Yeah.
Who are going to be the same colour as the wobble. As the wobble team colours of black and gold, black and green.
It is wobble green, isn't it?
It is wobble green now.
Wobble green.
Moot green. Yeah.
Wagflesh and Warpstone Glow. What's Warpstone Glow? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's in the same like yeah, that is in that.
I thought Ian was going to drop
it's in the same like highlight range. It's
Okay.
here you go. That's
What's the contrast one? Is it
warp,
Warpstone
I think
green?
it's warp stone green or warp fire or something.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So it's a nice bit of shade then for moot.
Yeah, so I normally use warpstone as the main colour and then highlight with moot. So I did that for my flings.
Yeah, that's probably better.
And then wild flesh is the base, yeah.
I've gone for moot as just an absolute shiny, bright green as possible. Anyway,
I ended up doing that on my skink actually for that challenge.
yeah, moot is moot's pretty good. You got to be careful with it because it is so stark. It doesn't shade well. Right, I've got a question for you now, guys. I don't know if you can see my feed, but thanks to Triplo, I've got 8 teleporters here. I'm thinking I kind of want to do them in pairs, like pairs of glow.
Yeah, so they match up.
Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't matter because in Dungeon Bowl you just roll a d6. We've got 8 here, so we can use a d8, which is pretty cool. But I also kind of like the idea of having them in pairs because that's what Rick did for his. And I like the idea of having them in pairs. So I don't know, what colours do you think suit some kind of mystical portal?
Well, if you're going portal, you've got to have orange and blue, haven't you?
Yeah.
I have orange. I've got some orange.
The other pairing is red and yellow for that game.
Oh, there you go.
In the co-op mode, you have blue and orange pair, and then red and yellow pair.
There's so 4 colours, so double up.
So what is that? Let's try again. So we need blue. orange. Okay, if you think we need orange, we'll go orange. It's going to be Troll Slayer. It's going to be horrible, but it's going to be fine. Matt's BBL says, can you see the song name? Eeny, meeny, which window? I've gone to town with all
Oh,
the
hang on,
windows.
I'm playing music.
Huh?
Oh, I'm playing music. Hold on. I've got to stop that.
Can't hear your music.
Really inappropriate.
It is
Oh, okay, thank you. I did mute it.
Lensko Cetus. Lensko Cetus is that one.
I had a heart attack there. So I was playing copyrighted music over stream.
Good lord, can't do that. I mean, we did get our stream taken down last time, didn't we? So, which was pretty unjust, I think.
Did you ever find out what that was all about?
Nope, not at all.
Oh, Ian's gone.
No, that's probably my fault.
Boot.
Ian's gone. Well,
Here's a question.
His camera's still there, so that's fine.
Question for the listeners.
Yep.
What colour should I paint a hot dog? / sausage.
Now, I think Bugman's would be too not right. I don't know. Why don't you go red? You know, like Savoy red, Ian.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Cartoon hot dog red.
True.
I think
Spec
Bugman's
thinking
in
like
there
Cumberland.
and kind of pink it up a bit. It's
Maybe-
kind of,
maybe-
like cartoon sausage.
Grey with green flecks. You know, you could go for the old Lincolnshire sausage.
Yeah, that's true. It's all sorts.
Yeah.
I'm going to do some research. I'm normally researching animal patterns and stuff for paint
Research.
jobs. Now I'm going to research sausages.
Hot dog research.
Yeah,
You have to do the taste test as well, Ian.
awesome.
I feel like we lived on hot dogs as kids, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no vegetables there.
Weekend lunch.
Very, very much no meat. Zeph says, I saw this sausage on Twitter. Yeah,
Well,
Ian's,
it's been getting around.
Ian's been warned.
Yeah.
Community guidelines. Not even Trump can break them. Sorry, guys, I brought politics. What happened there, Ian? Are you okay?
I was shaking a paint and ended up just hitting my
That's fine.
setup.
I watched a bit of our feed from last week just to like see if there was anything I could learn and adjust, which I clearly have not learned to adjust from. But I did watch myself eat the mic at one point and then commentate on it, which was hilarious. I was like, I've just eaten the mic again because I'm concentrating on painting and not where my face is at. Right, new lesson here.
It's tricky to paint.
Troll Slayer orange on top of brass is not the best. Probably should have painted that white. Probably should have painted that white before I just chucked Troll Slayer on, because Troll Slayer is the...
Troll Slayer always needs a few coats. It's just one of those thin, horrid.
It might be the
I
worst
hate
paint.
that paint. Yeah.
It's,
When I was moving all my citadels into droppers, and Troll Slayer was one I just didn't bother with because I'm just like, nah, I can stay in a drawer. I'm not going to use it anyway.
I thought you were going to say it's so liquid you didn't take any effort. It just poured itself in there.
No, it would have been an easy one, but I just don't like using it at all.
Matt says Twitch will shoot the stream down if Ian's sausage is around. That would definitely get some media hype, wouldn't it? Warhannam and his grey flecky sausage.
Yeah, thinking about this too much now, I think.
Matt says the teleporter's being orange and blue. I'm going to do it in colour pairs. So there'll be an orange pair, there'll be a blue pair. It means I can play around with some effects as well, which is going to be interesting. I think that's the. I mean, I think you said this last week, Ian. Every now and again, it's lovely to just paint terrain or something that isn't
Yes, yeah.
a miniature. Oh gosh, this Troll Slayer is going to take 1 billion coats. That's fine. We've got time. What else have we got? So Triblo's still painting his pitch in segments. I know he's magnetised them, which is pretty cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That is very cool.
I think they've got with the 3D print file, they've got little magnet slots, so you can
Oh, that's ideal.
so you can literally just chuck the magnets in there, so the pitch just clicks together. I'd be very very interested to see if there was a way of doing that, so you can use the same pitch segments for like sevens.
Yeah, although does that now mean that he can't do the crazy combos? Because you're going to have to match up polarities. Is he going to have to think about it a little bit?
That's a good point, actually. I'm not sure. I mean, you know, we were talking about the... God, what's it called? That pitch Kickstarter that's out at the moment with all the extras.
Kraken.
Yeah, the Kraken Stadiums one.
Kraken Fantasy 2, yeah.
The segments being printed in 3x3s, it just means you're going to have 1 billion segments, isn't it?
Which is kind of annoying because
that's going to take some deployment each time, and or you really need to glue it down.
I'm thinking I might just glue it, honestly.
Yeah.
Or do you like glue them in a couple of like semi-sections?
Oh yeah, that's not a bad shout. Chuck it on some foam core or something.
I guess from a print point of view, though, it's a bit better because if it goes wrong, it's a much smaller thing that you've...
I mean, Triplo had some challenges with his 5x5s. I think they might actually be bigger than that. Or are they 5x5s? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 6x5 segments. And that's a lot of printing time, Ben, right?
Yeah, I mean, it took him several...
like 11 hours? Or something?
At least a day, right?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I mean, he's using the... Right, I'm going to try a bigger brush for this. Troll Slayer is just not doing it. Zeph says, Ian, now we need to know the flavour of the sausage. Is it just plain? Is it Cumberland, Yorkshire, Lancashire, apple and pork? Or,
decisions to make, isn't it?
I recommend boar and apple.
One of them's 7 by...
Triplo! We hear a
Hey.
Triplo!
You have Triplo.
Oh, he's gone again.
7x5, I think he said. Or 7 by something.
7x5 just pops in to correct me. Bounces off.
Disembodied Ian.
I like that. I'm glad that you guys heard him as well. That's all I can say.
Did he turn up as a blue ghost?
He's just on my shoulder saying, ooh, got that wrong. Which I could probably use in actual games of Blood Bowl. Right, this is... Let's see if we can just conquer this by using a bigger brush. Oh man.
Brute force it.
Well, I did that earlier. So I was taking apart some built-in wardrobes, and I couldn't. I got to the point where this screw, I just couldn't get it rounded, and it was just a pain. I couldn't do it. I was using pliers to try and twist it, and then I realised that the unit that we were getting rid of was made of chipboard.
Ah, smash it.
So I just hammered it. I just smashed it all over the place and saved so much time. You know what? Dry brushing Troll Slayer works really well. But I'm going to get it everywhere, aren't I? So I think I'm just going to accept the fact that I'm going to get Troll Slayer everywhere and just paint the brass over afterwards. So what shade should I use for Troll Slayer? As in
Well, I
what
guess
paint?
Yeah, you're going magical, aren't you?
Yeah. So what's going to work with orange? What's going to work with orange?
I mean, there is was it a Fugan orange or something?
Oh, I'm not going to buy an orange. You know.
No.
Oh, Triplo, 22 hours per piece of pitch.
That was halfway there.
Yeah, literally. 22 hours, is it? Ben, that's a terrifying amount of time for printing, isn't it?
That is a lot. Yeah, and there's a lot of anxiety that goes into long prints because it's like, well, if it goes wrong on the last hour, you've wasted all that time and all that material. So you're constantly fearing for it.
However, having
I did a
printed...
Castle Gate that finished today.
Oh,
Yeah.
We had a
Yeah,
Triplo.
yeah, Ian knows that. I sent him a message. I was printing this big old Castle Gate, which was 1 day and 12 hours to print.
Oh my goodness.
So whatever that is, 36.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I sent a message to Ian after I woke up the next morning and saw that I had about probably 10 minutes left of filament left. I was just like, oh no, I need to switch this, and had a quick YouTube video on how can you switch it? How do you do it? And then thankfully it was quite quick. But yeah, it's really the time was running out. It's like a fuse.
It's really lucky that you can change the filament like that. That's
Yeah, and there's no sort of pause option then.
You can pause it. Yeah, so you pause it and then pull the old one out and put the new one in. But before you don't want it to cool down, otherwise it's going to block the end. So,
yeah.
So with the you shared a Kickstarter with us about a month or two ago, Ben, for a printer, and one of the things about that printer, even said it will pause itself if you run out of filament, so it doesn't ruin the job. I remember thinking,
oh yeah, is that the new Ender?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they That would be a really handy feature, honestly. But it doesn't come up that often. Like, it's once a spool, and you kind of know that if you're near the end, you probably shouldn't print something big.
Is there any way to know how much you've got, or is it just winging it?
Yeah, Ian weighs it. He says he's measured an empty spool,
That's a great idea.
and he weighs the current one. And yeah, because it does tell you when you're about to print something, it tells you how much filament it's going to use in weight. So
That's cool.
Ian, if I use Sotek Green and Trollslayer Orange, am I going to get a cease and desist letter from you?
No, but you might win awards.
I won awards.
I'm joking.
Oh, I love that. I can clip that. Cool.
No, it's the great combo. It's a great combo.
Sotek will be okay as a teleporter colour, won't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's great.
Superior Sotek. Man, I just want to paint more stuff in Sotek. This is great.
Sotek is excellent, and I've recently discovered it's better than Nihilak Oxide, I think, for
The ghosts.
doing verdigris and stuff.
Oh, really?
This gives you a really nice bold kind of version of it.
It's a very bold colour. It's lovely. It's hawk turquoise, essentially,
Yes, yeah.
which was just the best colour ever. Well, I don't know. There was a kind of goldish green. I think the original Shining Gold was a goldy green, and it was amazing. That's probably my favourite Citadel colour of all time. And that's that's just awesome.
I thought it would be chestnut ink.
Ooh, chestnut ink was good for faking injuries. You spill a bit of that on your hand. Definitely get out of school.
Alison thought I was really bruised after I was using I was airbrushing Druchii Violet. And I was testing it on my hand, like before airbrushing this giant, and it was like a real purple like stain because it was a wash as well. It wasn't very like painty. It was just like a purple hue, and just like, Ben, what have you done to your hand?
Yeah, just caught it in a door. It's terrible. It was a giant door.
It was fine, I won.
Also
It
bruised.
was fine. I won.
You should have seen the door.
Matt says, right, I'm not good at Death Guard Green. Gonna paint a sky blue zombie and just see how it goes. Yeah, man, go for it. Anything goes. Cartoonish zombies, they're kind of green. Walking Dead stuff. Definitely that. Zeph says it's a great colour. Maybe I could use that for Nurgle. Sotek. Sotek you can use for anything. Definitely going to be Druchii. Yeah, Druchii's. I mean, Ian loves purple. It goes with everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's great.
Right, I have got Moot Green. I can use Moot as another teleporter pad colour.
Yeah, it's quite a nice magic colour, that one.
So I got bright green. I got nice bluey turquoise. Got orange. What else have I got? What have I got here that means I don't have to go downstairs to get more paints? Don't think I have. I think I might just have to build those 3 colours for tonight.
So, Benar, as you are also painting a giant with some nice fleshy tones, do you follow on Twitter a chap called V-Man?
I don't use Twitter, I'm afraid. No.
What?
V-Man's amazing. He's the Great Faces guy.
Yeah, he's brilliant. He's recently done an ogre team. And, really cool. Just like great depth, getting all those kind of reds and purples in there. And he has done a little breakdown of how he did it.
Yeah, but that little breakdown was a bit like when people asked Milton for the recipe for his ghosts, though. How did you do the ghosts? Here's a list of 30 paints. 10 of them are out of print.
Well, Waywatcher Green is awesome.
Was awesome.
No, I've stocked up.
What's the is it Darren Latham that does that as well? He does the paint guides, and it's just full of stuff that you can't get hold of.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him at the moment. Yeah, they got
He took his videos taken down, didn't he?
He got his videos taken down.
He took them down, I think.
Whoa, I missed it.
Potential conflict or
by
something.
GW. Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting. I didn't realise any of that.
Oh, it's juicy. It's really juicy. The conspiracy theories are wild. Proper, like, people saying it's like, this is send that around the corporate thugs that run his house to take his videos down.
Well, Ben, if you heard it on Reddit, it must be true.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
That sounds like a Reddit story.
No one lies there. It really was.
You know, I don't really use it. I don't use Reddit a lot. I think I miss out on a lot of the world.
No, you're not. You're not missing out on anything, Ben. It's fine. Reddit ruined the hobby.
I don't know. I think Facebook is not helping the hobby in a lot of places, or at least we're having a very bitter year. Oh man, exactly. These teleporters are going to come up really easily and really. I like this. This just makes me want to build a Space Hulk.
It reminds me, it's very Hero Quest at the moment.
Yeah.
The colours really remind me of that old school era.
Very much on board of that. Oh, Ian's camera took a beating again.
I was just trying to see if it was kind of in focus. Or not, I don't know.
Matt's BBR says it's all the deep state.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, don't bother
Such big Marxism. I have not seen this, but I have to.
I was going to say, I can't be the only person that wants to go on there right now and check that out. However, any browser I open will be shown on Twitch, so got to be careful. Twitch and YouTube, I mean, I probably shouldn't be multicasting, but I'm sure
it's Sunday, here's Fidel Castroga. Yeah, this is pretty good.
Well, they'll see Ben in a little while. He can report back with how inappropriate this feed is. Alright, I'm enjoying these teleporters. This is... Alright, so what I've got orange, I've got blue, I've got green. Is it yellow? Is that the other colour? Or purple? I've got Screamer pink.
That's pretty magic.
I've got Screamer pink here. Is that going to be different enough, do you think?
It'd be quite dark.
Yeah, Screamer pink is quite dark.
Just the base colour. Would it come out as pink, do you think? With a highlight and everything.
Screamer pink often comes up as more of a kind of wine movie colour, actually.
Oh yeah, but what once it's highlighted?
Yeah, it's what they use on like the Stormcast weapon grips.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, I think I'm going to have to just quickly get a Yandon or whatever it's called. Lots of amazing Pride Trans Flag themed Space Marines on there.
That's actually pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool.
That is cool. Right, 2 secs.
Ben gone paint hunting. Yep, I can hear the door.
Thank you.
I wonder if he used to have a big army tin. He just chucked all this paint in. Yeah, I reckon that was it. To ask him, it was like a 50 cal rounds box.
That's like the most Ben
thing. Yeah, you got us all one for our birthdays, weren't you? Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
It used to be like our big old paint, bottomless pits of paint.
That's really cool. Not like Triplo's paint storage.
No, that's incredible. It's a thing of beauty. That
kind of see a glimpse of it on the camera. That's
like proper little rainbow, isn't it? Where he's arranged them all in. I do that, and then literally the first time after I paint, it's gone to pot.
Okay, Avalon's Sunset will have to do, I think.
Really great colour.
I think it's going to be as bright yellow as
we're just discussing. Do you still have your 50 cal paint pot tin?
Yeah, that's where all my paints are. It's terrible.
I thought we could hear in the background.
Terrible design. Like, such a cool idea, but 10 out of 10, do not recommend it as a painting. Yeah.
Is it like an actual army surplus munitions like tin?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Bought it at Tank Fest,
That's
I think.
Awesome. I did say it probably comes from a tank.
Yeah, it's genuinely from Tank Fest. It's got 50 cal munitions written on the side of it. I bought it to use as my toolbox. Then realised that I didn't have tools. What I had was paints.
They're tools.
Well, you know. They're trophy winning tools for you, Ian, but there we go. Well, that yellow's going to need some work.
obviously, you know, you've got your events and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what the general kind of acceptance of giants is events at the moment?
I have yet to see one where it's allowed, except for that one that Ben, you and I were looking at, which was just a giant event. Where
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
has a
Oh,
giant.
okay. So yeah, that's kind of a.
I don't know if they're allowed in most tournaments, because
It's
it's
a sporting giant inducement.
Because
yeah.
it slows things down a bit.
I think it's that, and because it's not. I mean, wizards aren't allowed in most tournaments.
Really?
Yeah, which I don't really like. And low key, they're all allowed in all of our tournaments, I think. Although I think this one I copied the rules and said that they weren't allowed. But otherwise, I think like Tombstone and everything last year, they were allowed. You just had to read the rules back and realise.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted the first person to tell, I'm like, yeah, got a wizard, and everyone to be like, there's no wizards allowed. Just to be like, no, it says inducements are allowed.
Well, actually.
Yeah. Matt's BBL says Ceramite White is my least favourite paint. It's awful. Guys, any experience with Ceramite White?
Is it time?
I think any of the Games
Yeah,
Workshop
awful.
whites are horrendous.
Zeph, thanks for joining us.
It's
Catch you
propaganda
later. Is
Pardon?
it propaganda time?
2 streams in a row. Here, Matt's BBL. If you're looking for a white, what you need to go? What you need to
Oh
do,
no,
announce it.
no,
hang on, Ben.
again.
Get Liquitex titanium white ink, and you'll
Should
never
we-
look
should we
back.
play the
You'll
national
never
anthem?
do white again.
Is there a national anthem, Ben?
Sorry, it'll come up on stream in about 10 minutes. Yeah.
No,
See you later,
honestly, just any other white is fine.
Any other white. Literally any other white. Tipex, everything.
Oh, you
Sure.
probably add GMO mileage from Tipex.
Just put some glue on there, sprinkle some chalk in.
Just prime it, start again, paint anything except white. Paint Ian, he's alive.
Oh, he pops up with his little pearls every now and then.
I love it. I think that's brilliant.
White.
Sorry, gents. It's only taken me 3 different sets of headsets to get this working.
How you doing, Ian? You alright?
Well, no, he hates white. He's angry.
Hates white, hates counting.
It's okay.
Let's boost his microphone up just in case he returns.
Oh no.
Yeah, Matt's on board with that. Any alternative to this actual white
Yeah.
is
It
disgraceful.
is probably just PVA, actually, isn't it?
I think PVA is very useful.
And it dries clear though. Often. Got to be careful.
For PVA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always like mixing colours into PVA when you do basing stuff.
That's a pro tip, that.
Mm.
The terrain
Obviously-
modeler, you make your
obviously
black paint and you do pale.
Brown, but Agrax works as well because why not?
Improves everything.
Dude, I use it in cooking. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
I do not use it in cooking.
Marinate your
do
meat.
not, do not cook with Agrax.
Well, maybe I could marinate my sausage in some Agrax.
Dude, if you're not gonna use Agrax on the sausage, what's the point?
It's barbecue season, yeah. Could be quite tasty.
Oh, I think we've lost our summer now, haven't we? Haven't we already gone through it? Like
Fine.
we've had all the hot
Barbecue
weather.
yesterday. Lovely.
Yeah, it was.
You had a barbecue yesterday?
No, just
I
saying
did,
it was
yeah.
nice.
Ian's pitch finished. I love a custom built pitch. That's quite a lot of agrax. That's probably too much.
Hang on.
Well, you've got to be reasonable with application, you know. Let's, how do we do this? Can we do this? I think that's also too much. Right, let's do this. Let's try this. Hilariously, I don't think that's enough now. What a disgrace. So when you guys mix paints, do you do it in a measured way, or do you just do what feels right?
Yeah, tend to just go by a ratio, yeah. Whether that's brushfuls or if I'm doing like a big batch, I'll kind of get a little an old cowpole syringe.
Oh, brilliant!
So you can measure it out.
Well, that's
pretty next level.
That's next level, yeah.
Yeah.
Dad skills coming through there.
Mostly because it's kind of what I had to hand, and I didn't think it was worth
Buying it
or going for the Pyrex jug. I think I might have been in trouble.
I don't know. Helen broke the oven one day. I think you've still got that to fall back on.
That's true.
We had to wait in for the world's happiest engineer.
Yeah. Yeah, literally it just exploded and all the glass came off the front.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. So it was a free replacement, as you'd expect.
Well,
there's obviously something wrong with it.
Yeah, it exploded. Matt's BBL said, do you guys normally have background noise when you paint? Now, Ian's recently discovered a level up for this. Would you like to tell us about that, Ian?
Oh, well, only that. I normally kind of, do music or YouTube rubbish or something. But yeah, when I was painting my Rohan the other day, I stuck on Lord of the Rings. It was great. I think having something quite familiar helps, I think. Like, I don't actually need to watch Lord of the Rings. But I love hearing it. That makes sense.
No, that makes a lot of sense. I think
you can just dip in and out of it.
Yeah, because you know you can't paint while you're watching something
that
you haven't seen or that you're all that fussed in. So I watched The Expanse recently, and I sat down with the intent of having it on when I was painted. And because The Expanse turned out to be actually really good, I didn't get any painting done. I was like, oh, okay. I think Ian, you and I used to, or maybe it was Craig, used to kind of rate films and TV shows in that way.
Yes, like could paint to.
Yeah, it's good for painting. Or you can't paint with this on.
Yeah.
Or not even while painting Mark Wahlberg in every film you've ever been in that wasn't the other guys.
For those trees were deadly.
Man, it's such a bad film.
It's terrible.
How about you, Matt? Do you obviously you're twitching, so watching some hobby hangout. I think that's, I tend to do a lot of my hobby when I'm watching or catching up with YouTube. When the NFL was on, I used to do a lot, because sports, well, American sports, but there's a lot of stoppage time. Pretty useful for that.
Yeah, a lot of ad breaks, a lot of stoppage.
Yeah.
Actually, one thing I do actually always watch a film when I'm building stuff. I find that easier.
Then I've got a linked question to that, Ian. Do you then when you like use that model or paint that model or see the model later or see them, do you connect them? You're like, oh man,
an association.
Yeah,
I definitely do with music actually. Like I randomly, when I was painting my Iron Jaws, just got back into kind of Paramore for some random reason.
Nice.
Let's just listen to loads of it.
Paramore.
And now I kind of just.
I like Paramore, but that's not a very orky music.
I know, but hey, it works.
I love that. That's almost as good as when you were painting your Chaos Space Marines and listening to Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Hey, Tay-Tay's got a dark side.
I'm sure she does. Matt says, this has become my prime motivator for painting. Usually Critical Role. There's a million 4-hour episodes. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I haven't spent enough time looking at RPG stuff. I've got a podcast I listen to, You Meet in a Tavern, because they're doing a Pokemon RPG, which is...
Oh, wow, that sounds amazing.
Dude, yeah, you should give it a listen. It's really interesting. It's really good fun. actually, and I think you'd really like it.
So, I mean, for that then, are they playing as kind of adult trainers, or are they
Mixed bag. So there's like one guy's an old guy was a miner. He's been captured and now has to become a Pokemon trainer and work for Team Void. It's really cool. The GM.
I never really think about role playing kids.
But yeah, I think they're adults. One's an ex-gambling addict. Like it's like the dark side of Pokemon.
That's cool.
It is really
Game
cool.
Corner really sucks you in, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
There's a reason they banned it. Changed it to that coin flip game.
Yeah.
That's classic. I like that. They're using 5e. So the most recent D&D to play it out, I think. And just ported it. It's really interesting. The rules are quite
so I mean, how
simplified.
How are they doing like classes and things?
Some guys there's like an actual expanded rule pack.
It must be based on the actual Pokemon you've got, what skills you have and things, isn't it?
Yeah, so they level up and they get skills. It's really fun to listen to, just the adventures they go on, and it's kind of fun to
I do love the kind of when people mod things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I really enjoy seeing like the PC kind of modding community as well. Like,
well,
when they take a total war game and stuff, and some of the things they do to it, it's amazing.
Do you know what the best mod of all time was, Ian? It was the fan-made Dark Omen mods.
Oh, I haven't seen those.
Yeah, so you had like Bretonians and things. Which
we downloaded those, didn't we?
Yeah, man, that was a game.
Yes. Yeah, and the Wood Elves and things like that.
Yeah, that was super sweet, and you could only play them on online play.
Yeah, that was cool.
Completely unbalanced. It was wicked.
Oh, I thought I was good.
Matt's BBL says Pokemon 5e is odd. Yeah, but it works well. I think we saw this when we did the Blood Bowl RPG one shot. It doesn't matter if you've got a story and you've got a rule set that works. It's simple enough to understand, and you can adjust it for the situations. Any rule set works for any kind of RPG, I think.
Yeah. 5e is such a sandbox. You can really do what you want with that game.
Yeah, I think, and it's kind of.
I'm doing Blood Bowl RPG.
Hey, Triplo, how you doing?
Getting there.
How are your feelings on white?
I feel that I would forever ask Ben about what.
Yes.
And his shares.
You mentioned it. It's been 10 minutes. Come on, Ben.
Yeah. Have you heard of this brand called
Insert paid promotion here.
You know what? I don't think you've mentioned that on the podcast, Ben.
Have I not?
No, I think it has to be a hobby
That's
stream.
a giant mistake.
Triplo knew exactly where I was going with that. I was thinking if there's a counter for me to mention giants on the podcast, there should be a hobby stream counter before Ben shares his affiliate link.
Used to be Crackle Paint. Now it's all about the white ink.
Ooh, Matt's BBL says if you're good with horror, the Magnus Archive is a perfect podcast for painting. I think if I'm painting, I'd struggle with anything that gets too introspective. Like keeps me in my own little world. I think I like lighter stuff that there's something else going on. Otherwise, I think I'd find my mind very isolated very, very quickly. And that would be bad for me because I go
horror.
Like Ben, you've read Eisenhorn, yeah?
Absolutely love it. Yeah.
Yeah, but that book, or those books, they tend to make me go a bit weird because I get so introspective, and the character's journey in it's so dark that I tend to build such an incredible like internal narrative that I tend to get a little bit socially dysfunctional. to the point.
I totally know what you mean.
Honestly, it's so well written. The character's journey, you relate to it, and it's just I can't trust myself to read it. Same, says Matt's BBL.
Yeah.
Oh man, such good book.
I listened to that series while I listened to that series while cycling to work, and there were some times where I just had to like stop, pull over, and just sort of listen. for a bit
Yeah, it's
with the Eisenhorn series.
It's so powerful. Not that book, but the same. Yeah,
Very good book.
You've got to be really careful getting two in your own head, and that's the beauty of the hobby, is that you can do it with friends. So us discovering Fumble at the right time during the apocalypse has been really good, to just make sure that we're getting some gaming in with other people. And this hobby thing, which I cannot believe we haven't done before, guys. It was a great shout. I think it was you and Ian that got it started, Ben, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it's a sort of a team thing.
Some combination of a Ben or a and Ian.
And now we've got two of each.
Dear from a rich.
Yeah.
Sweet. No. Ian, Triplo, these teleporter pads are an absolute blooming joy to paint up. I'm having so much fun with these. Nicely printed, sir, and thank you very much. I haven't started the treasure chest yet, but they're great fun.
Yeah, thank you.
So hopefully we get some. Hopefully when the world's back to normal, basically. According to the public, it's back to normal. According to the news, it isn't. I hope you've all got your masks ready.
I don't know when it's all going to be.
Yeah, mine came through the other day from Amazon.
Oh, you Amazoned one, did you?
Yeah.
What's it's got a cool design on it?
Nope.
Oh,
Funnily enough, you'll love this, Ian. It's white.
Sammy, my brother's girlfriend, did she put some together for me and Tiff, like right at the beginning, because she's a fashion designer essentially. So she's great at putting that stuff together. So I'm kind of glad.
They're like absolutely massive with kind of needless details and flaring sides. And
No, they are beautifully efficient.
Version.
No. I mean, I don't know whether it's because she knows me, and I don't know. Tiff's is pretty. It's just got a nice pattern on it. It was just really, really nicely done.
Oh, good.
I've got some with work, but this is the really strange thing, right? So the government advice. Well, not the government advice, but the government restriction is that people must wear masks in a shop, right?
Yeah, from Friday.
Yep, but shops aren't to deny people entry if they're not wearing a mask.
They're not enforcing it, are they?
No.
They can say put it on, but they're not enforcing it.
And shop staff do not have to wear it. So what you're going to have is people go to a shop, get told at the door you really should be wearing a mask, and the person's going to go, leave me alone. And they're going to wander in, and in stores, the masks are optional for store workers. So, not the cleanest of messages.
I mean, how does it work with, say, where you work, where you've got a cafe, for example?
Oh, cafe's been closed since the beginning.
Oh, it has?
Oh,
they're
gosh,
not opening it then?
No.
Just because, like, they're saying, you don't have to wear them, obviously, if you go into a cafe or a pub.
Yeah.
Or anything where it's not going to be practical.
Yeah. No,
But in a mixed environment, how would that work, I wonder?
I don't know. I don't think there is a thing. Matt says, we're not the best at lockdown here, are we? But at least we're not the USA. Matt,
you're failing hard. I think we're failing massively.
Do you think we're failing massively?
I just don't think. Everything seems a bit late.
Yeah, I mean, the mask thing I get, because what they were trying to do is limit it so the actual healthcare workers could get hold of them before.
Well, not for basic face coverings, though. That wouldn't have been an issue.
I don't know.
They're not telling people to take medical.
I've been wearing
masks.
Yeah, I've been wearing just like a one I got with the printer. It's sufficient.
It must be terrifying, Ben. It's walking around with a full-on like chemical warfare mask.
Oh, it's not like that. No, it's more just like a dust mask. But, yeah.
Yeah, look, anything to help spread it. Guys, I'm afraid I'm going to have to wrap up the stream now because I have got school tomorrow and spent a whole day tearing apart furniture, so I am shattered. So I'm going to wrap up the stream, guys. Thanks very much for hobbying with me, and everybody out there, thanks very much for joining in. I will be streaming again on Tuesday night in theory, but hopefully we'll pick up a hobby stream as soon as we can. So thanks very much for hanging out with us, and we'll catch